right? I want to begin this lesson by saying, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS to rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing his work with truth and sincerity. Brother Bunsapah, back at you again with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening and watching these videos. There's some scriptures I want to get into, inspired by Apostle Ron Loud. Let's get into a few scriptures that's containing the fact that the Most High been having this man out there, beginning with the apostles and elders of GMS, to wake up you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And there's coming a time, or we in a time now, that if you get the name Yahweh Bashim Abishai, then you are safe, but you have to also put in work. So there's a lot of our people been joking around, playing and scoffing, man. And now you see prophecy. It's very plain to see prophecy is upon us, man. It's been upon us, but now you actually can see it, those of you spiritual, man. And you got to remember the Most High smote Egypt, ancient Egypt, with plagues, man. So how more of this place, as it is called spiritually, Sodom and Egypt, talking about America, man. So I'm going to get into a few scriptures concerning the fact that, this is not a playful time. Those who go get this word, it's meant for them to get it, and they cleave unto it. And those who don't get it, was meant for them not to get it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. So I'm just getting a few scriptures. Lord willing, this is edifying. So I'm start with 2nd Ezra 15 and 11, and it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand, and they stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before." Up here is a little depiction of a picture of plagues before. You have the frogs, blood turning to water, locusts, flies, the cattle dying, the firstborn, grasshoppers, boils and things of that nature. If I'm trying to, it destroys, I blow it up. But you can kind of get the picture, and you heard about the stories, the actually true stories that happened. It was recorded in the scriptures, But I will bring them with a mighty hand, and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. And as you see now with this coronavirus, this is whether it's so-called, whether we know it's a hoax and man-made. It's just one of the plagues that Yahweh Bashim Abishai, and more to come, man. So he's going to send these plagues and all different kind of plagues that's not even written in the scriptures upon this place, because we in the last days, man. So everything is, all systems go as this place starts to deteriorate, starts to go on the down spiral, to bring in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Abishai with the 144,000, and we hoping that we those men, man, and we'll destroy all the land thereof. So the Lord, I'm gonna jump on the gun. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And that's what you see, man. Whether it's a hoax or man-made, spiritually, Yahweh Bashim Abishai is controlling everything, man. Because he sent out his men to warn his people and to warn the other nations. Nobody want to take heed, but those who have taken heed. Now, you're going to have some that come in at the last minute. And you're going to have some go try to come at the last minute, but they won't make it. So the apostles and elders out there now to tell you of these things, man. And the Spirit got on Elder Apostle to heart to deem this year what? Year of prophecy, man. And ever since then, look what's been happening. We just now got out of March. Today is April. So we're not concerned about these April Fool jokes and things of that nature, man. The Lord will continue to keep pouring out his indignation and his wrath, and you go see these things for people who's playing, man. This is Psalm 60 and 11. "Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of men." Because the scriptures say no man shall buy you or redeem you. So looking to man to save you is vain. But looking unto the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Abishai, that's where your hope and your salvation lies. Amongst all the things, look, man, we only giving you what we know that's going to happen. But we don't know the extent of the anger of the Lord that's supposed to go come, man. It's going to be fucking, man, bro. The elders and apostles back then would have visions of destruction. They would get sick and weak, man. So how much more us when we see these things happening and we living in these times, man. So he said in Psalm 16:11, give us help from trouble. Those who adhere to the scriptures, those who been walking the walk and sacrificing their life, getting spit on, things thrown at them, whatever the case may be, your family leaving you, your friends leaving you, ridiculing you and because you start to change your life, your kids, your baby mama giving you problems. These people go pay, man. So we suffer now, so we don't have to be condemned with the world as the Lord starts to bring his indignation, man. I mean, the Lord will have to deliver his men out the troubles that he's allowing to come, man. And when you go to Psalm 17, I wrote some scriptures down, written some scriptures down. So Psalms 17, I think it's 17 and 8. Let's see. Psalm 17 and 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. And that's coming partly with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. The nation of Israel is the apple of his eye, man. This time, only the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be protected from the things that come, man. Perils and perilous times are upon us, man. The whole world is quiet. The pride and pomp is going down. You can see it, So those who come into the truth are those who's going to be protected by Yahweh, by Shema Bashar, and those who's playing games, there's other things that, watch this, Deuteronomy 31:16. And the Lord said unto Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and his people will rise up and go a-whoring after gods of the strangers of the land, whither they go to be amongst them. And that's what you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans has done. You worship some so-called God, white God named Jesus. Y'all, Muslims, you name it. You Israelites are worshiping a whole lot of vain idols and not coming back to your true power that's able to help and redeem you, man. Them idols that you worshiping, you putting before a living power that gave and give you everything. He's a jealous power, man. So when things start to happen, go pray into your powers, go pray into your so-called idols and see how far those idols will get you as we keep approaching the days to come. And will forsake me and breaketh my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled again against them in that day. See, in this day, and I will forsake them. So if you turn your back on Yahweh Bashar Bashar, going after your own understanding and your idols, and guess what? He gonna turn his back on you in these perilous times, man. And I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us because our power is not among us? Right, because you are here serving idolatry, out here serving yourself. You don't want to adhere to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh by Shema Bashar. You don't want to listen to the apostles and elders and the men on down. You mocking at them because you don't look at these men as being holy. You don't look at these men as being the prophets of the Most High. You looking for some other guy. Well, since you turn your back upon him, upon his people, the apostles and elders and the men on down throughout America and throughout the world, that's in the spirit of Yahweh by Shema Bashar, well, then guess what? You turn your back on Yahweh by Shema Bashar. He's going to turn his back on you as these days get evil and evil, man. And this is his indignation. And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they have wrought in that day are turned unto other gods. So in that day, you don't turn unto your other gods, man. Don't turn to Yahweh by Shema Bashar, because he's going to mock when your calamity come, and he's not going to hear you praying to him, man. And these things are fast approaching, man. Fast approaching, man. Only the men who take heed to this are the ones that's going to be delivered, Lord willing, we be the elect, man. I think this, the scripture here, let me see, I might have it wrong. Shalakia. Psalms 27:3. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. Confident in who? Yahweh Bashimab Shai. Do not Esau trying to bring in his troops now to encamp the Israelites now? The whole world has slowed down. In America, all the so-called middle class stores is done. And he employing his military troops throughout America to what? Encamp around who? The Israelites, man. He hosts an army that go come against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's going to take a higher power, man, to be able to help you through these things and guide you, man. But you have to call upon that name. You have to put in work. Do these videos and see, like, you just can't come into this thing and think he just can snap into a Slim Jim like, oh, I got him, Israelite, I'm spiritual. No, you have to been putting in work. You have to been plowing, man. Psalms 22 and 11, be not far from me, for troubles is near. So we hoping and praying Yahweh Bashim Abishai be near to us, because we're doing what he say do, and Lord willing, we do it to the best of our ability and do it to the end. But for those who don't adhere, he gonna be far from you, man, in time of trouble. It's time of troubles now, man. Some brothers in the truth don't even have jobs to go to. They're all hustling, doing what they have to do. You know, the Lord gonna take care of them. 2/3 of you, man, you just gonna be done. Unless the Lord put his spirit upon you to allow you to come in at the last minute. That's the only way, man. But man, it's cool. Y'all don't, you see, man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans think everything is a game, man. This is not a game, man. This is real life. Your salvation depends upon the things to come, man. Be not far from me. That's what we're saying. Be not far from me, for trouble is near. For there is none to help. Because it's the scriptures I just read where it says to hope for man is vain, man, to help you, man. We see the troubles are coming, man. We will have to depend on Yahweh Bashim Abishai, those who's in the faith, those who been sacrificing and putting their life on the line, man, and knowing that they still unprofitable serve. We still unprofitable after we do all this. That's showing humility to Yahweh Bashim Abishai. See, 2/3 of you people, y'all don't even have humility, man. So I don't care about the other nations, because for one, they're not Israelites. For two, he's not coming back to save them. Now you have Israelites upon those other nations. So the elect is everywhere, man. He's only coming for the elect of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So we saying, be not far from me, for trouble is near. For there is none to help, because it's going to get so gruesome out here, man. Oh, boy, man. Trouble is here, man. And you can see it. It's going to get bad. It's going to get worse out here, man. This is Psalms 10. I think it's Psalms 10:1. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thy face in times of trouble? To us, it's going to seem like that, because it's going to be so crazy out here. We're going to be like, man, the Lord ain't with us, but he's with us, because he gave us his names to call upon him, man. He going to allow this devil to get so far with his so-called New World Order. You see? And then he's going to come and show his strength, man. Michael, go stand up, the angel, man. The chariot's going to be known. You know, so as we need to do is keep doing these videos and watching and praying and fasting, whatever we need to do, brotherly, whatever we need to do. If you can go out on the highways and byways, go out. If you can't go out in your city, then do the shows till we can't no more. And just keep praying and hoping that Yahweh Bashim shall have us, man. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thy face in the times of trouble? He gonna hide his face in times of trouble to 2/3 of his people, because they don't want to hear. I keep saying it, and the apostles and elders and the men on down keep saying it. We broken records, but this broken record is a song that you need to hear to be able to get help in the time of trouble, man. This is the time of the Lord's anger being rendered on the planet again. So you people was asleep. So you slept the fact that he smite Egypt, and what he did in Egypt, what he did to all the nations in history. So since y'all thought he was gone, guess what? He's going to reintroduce himself to the world, and every knee shall bow. Every knee going to bow in these times, man. You see? It's going to be bad out here, man. Real bad. He should have been adhering to Yahweh Bashim Abishai, man. It's just going to be bad. We don't know the extent. Remember, the Lord's Yahweh Bashim Abishai is the king of terrors. Imagine, he the king of terrors. They the king of terrors, man. We don't know the extent of what's going to take place. We giving you a roundabout picture, but we don't know the extent. He's the king of terror, man. The king of terrors. You see? He's drawing nigh to them that draw what? Nigh to him, man. Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early. And he go turn his back on 2/3 of his people because you don't want to get right. You think it's a joke. You think it's a game. You still think it's a game. He's not going to turn his back to the men out there that's rightfully doing what they're supposed to do, who's bringing down the strongholds, who's doing these shows, who's going out, who's being brotherly, who dedicated his life to this thing. And we still unprofitable servants. That's showing humility, man. The Spirit just having to keep saying that because you can't just come into this thing and bring the world into this. You can't. This don't have nothing to do with the world. This has something to do with the Spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai only. And he's coming to save his elect and bring havoc on this place. You see? So he's going to return to his place till Jake acknowledge the offense, man. But unto us, he gonna make his face be known. He making them be known through the, or through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding now, man. You see? But to you who don't want to adhere to the prophecies or adhere to the fact that you're a Hebrew Israelite and change your ways, he's not gonna hear you in that day. You see? You could be out there just lost, not knowing what's going on, man. I think this is, I see Isaiah 55. Let's see. Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. And that's what we saying through the Spirit. You better seek him now, because when he turn his face, when he turn his face and go back to his place until you acknowledge your offense, he's not gonna be available in the times to come. So right here it says, Isaiah 55:6, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon while he is near. Because after a while, and it's close, the family of the word, a lot of brothers ain't going out. Some brothers are still going out. But most of the time, brothers ain't going out. So imagine those brothers who was on the other side listening to those men. But now, those men who don't go out and teach, you see what I'm saying? Just imagine that, man. So it's telling you now to seek the Lord while he may be found, man, because there'll come a time where he's not going to be known. The words of Yahweh B'Shem Shai will not be uttered anymore. He go cleave the prophet's tongues to the roof of their mouth, so you won't be able to hear anything, man, no rebuke or nothing, man. So you better get this and take this thing serious ASAP. You know, Psalms 138:7. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. Thou shalt stretch forth thine hand against the wrath of my enemies, and thy right hand shall save me. Because we tell you the enemies, man, they coming in like a flood because they have but a short time, man. These troopers, man, dude, it's going to be hella chaotic out here, man. I'm just praying and hoping my family and I, that I'm part of the 144,000, my family be saved, my children, and the brothers as well, man, the apostles and elders on down, man. And those out there that's teaching by themselves, the brothers that's in the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. So we saying, though I walk in the midst of trouble, we walking in the midst of trouble. It's going to be more troubles. Thou wilt revive me. We hoping and praying that Yahweh B'Shem Shai will revive me, though thou shalt stretch forth thine hand against the wrath of mine enemies. Who are the enemies, man? The top elite banking families. These troops that's coming to encamp the Israelites round about during the time of martial law. During the time of the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. And thy right hand shall save me. The power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai shall save the men that's going to be in these dire straits. Because the scriptures say what? The righteous shall scarcely make it. So we praying and hoping that he keep us covered in his hands, man. So that scripture right there tells you what this is. You still have hope and faith and salvation. Although it's going to be grim and gruesome and gritty and grind. You know, we still have hope and salvation and faith that the Lord will hear our cries, man. And that he will come down and save us and put his holy hands around us, man. You see? We're hoping and praying that this happens, man. Let's see. 2 Chronicles 15 and... Whoa. Let's see. 2 Chronicles 15:4. But when they in their trouble did turn unto the Lord of Israel and saw him, he was found of them. You see? So we still have hope Some of us will have to go through what we got to go through. Lord, man, well, woo, may the Lord put a spirit upon us to be able to deal, to be able to bear our cross. I pray for brothers, the apostles and elders on down, and men throughout the four corners of this earth that's teaching the how spirit of Yahweh Bashem Abishai to be able to give us the strength to what? Bear our cross. You see, in a time of troubles, man. So we need to seek the Lord while he may be found more and more and more. And how much more to you 2/3 out there, man? See, a lot of you will be taken over by this so-called coronavirus, man. And remember, he gonna bring more plagues, man. This is just a beginning, man. The people panicking, can't even buy toilet paper, and you know what I'm saying. All the chicken is being bought. You know, and then brothers be practical. Just go buy your food, man. You know, the time the martial law comes, Lord willing, you know, you just in the house. You're not out there and you're not out there in the streets getting gaffled up because you was being practical. Just go buy your, just buy your food, man. Have it for your home. Just cook it for you and your families, man. And we pray. We pray and hope and trust. Easy to say to pray. To trust Yahweh Bashem Abishai and having faith is another story, man. Because it's gonna be some dire ass situations, man, where it's gonna make it seem like the Lord is not even with us. He didn't forsake our righteous forefathers when they call upon him in a time of need. During the time of 70 AD and the time they was in Egypt and all the times we was in different captivities, man. You see? There's still hope. But there's no hope for 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans because, for one, you wasn't adhering to the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Abishai. He sent the men out there before you, but you didn't want to take heed. Psalms 20:1. The Lord heard me in the day of trouble. The name of the Lord of Jacob defend thee. And that's why the scriptures say in Proverbs 18, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. Those that runneth into it are safe. So we have to call upon those names. And to be able to call upon those names, you have to be out here putting in work, man. Doing something to forward the ministry. You see? You just can't come off the streets. Now the Lord can do what he want to do. His thoughts are not my thoughts. You see? He also give us understanding the fact that you do have to put in work. Once you put your hand to the plow, you working. Your work and your faith goes together. It goes hand in hand. So how much more those men call upon the Lord than those who don't, who didn't put their hand to the plow to come out here because they was embarrassed to be seen or they want their boss to see them and things of that nature. Well, if you shame of Yahweh by Shema Bashad, then guess what? In these times that's going to come, these times now and the times to come, he's not going to look at you. You see? So there's still hope, faith, and salvation for those men to call upon Yahweh by Shema Bashad in these times and days to come. Those who wasn't hearing won't have the protection or won't be delivered, man. We know it's going to be bad out here because he's the king of terrors. We don't know the extent, but we know he's the king of terrors. And it's going to be a madhouse out here. So those who seek the Lord, he will come to them. Those who do not seek the Lord, then he's not going to come to you, man, in your day of trouble. You know, with that, this is Brother Bunsen Pod. Lord willing, hope it was edifying. Until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.